Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. So today, I just want to wrap up, I guess, the trilogy, if you will, of the, what's her name? Ebony K. Williams and Sister Iyanla Vanzant interview. Now, to go back over the details, they had an interview on Sister Williams' channel. You know, Sister Elder Van Zant asked Miss Williams, was she did a bus driver? You know, and she said if he drives the bus, if he owned the bus, and you know, it all spiraled out of control online with that. So you heard my couple of takes on that already, so we have to go back over that. But what I do want to get to, and want to go ahead and get to this is, I have a question. For all the women who say that there are no more good men out there, and for all the men who say that there are no more good women out there, if y'all are single, the question is, how come y'all are not together? Why are y'all not hooked up? You know? And I believe the answer truly is that if the perfect people got together, I think they're afraid that that other person will find that they have flaws. And they don't want that. People love to be in a position of superiority, and they want people. Now they claim, women, I will say that I know a lot of times women seem like they claim that they want people. They want guys to be at a certain level. Now I have met women who pretty much would refuse to marry a guy who owned businesses, who was established, well off, and just wanted to marry her. And they refuse to do it because, and they've said this they have told me this to themselves, that they did not want to be in a position of submission. And it kind of struck me as odd, because I'm like, y'all want protection. You want the man that you're going to be with to pay all, it's like to say, the significant bills, if not all of the bills. This is what, you know, and you want security or whatever the case might, whatever you may want to call it. You want this, but yet you don't want to be in a position of quote unquote submission, which is a biblical term. I mean, to be all honest with you, but it's how you define that word. You know, if you define it your way, compared to what the scriptures define it, then that could be what the problem is. But anyway, yes, these women have told me this, and I'm like, man, are you serious? So which lets me know they either want to be equal or greater than the men that they are dating. So, but they state they want a man to have power. The problem is they want that power, the same power he got. Well, if you didn't help him build that power, then that's going to become a problem. That's where the issue is going to lie in with him. So you really can't have a lot of demands if you, what they say, you ain't put in on this. But anyway, going back to what I'm saying is, like I said, how come these people are not together? And so if the world is so flawed, right? If there's so many, if everyone is just so terrible, and you can't find any good men, and you're doomed to, you know, be alone, be upset, miserable, and live with cats. You know, the question is, how do you fix it, right? Because I'm a type of person, and I say it all the time to people, and people who know me will vouch for this. I'm the person that says, you can complain about what's going on, but if you have no solution to it, then I really don't want to hear your complaints, because all you doing out there is just, you know, jabberjawing for no reason, and you wasting my oxygen. So the question is, how do you fix it? And like what's her name? Ebony K. Williams, she'll say that, because when she said that bullcorn about she wanna, if the guy can own the bus, not talking about the guy and like Sister Van Zant was saying, his pretty much his personality, how he treats her, how he treats his mother, pillar of the community, respecting himself pretty much and will respect his woman. She didn't say anything about that. She went flat out on the money, but yeah, when everybody jumped on her case, then she come back and trying to clean it up, trying to say, well, I'm just trying to, promote Black excellence and this, that, and the third, because I went to this school and got this degree. Yes, my mom was a bus driver, so I understand that, but I just want to make, mediocre C's and D's, and it's not great. I'm like, everybody like, where the hell did that come from? That had nothing to do with the question that was asked or the answer that you gave. Like I said, I don't know what you call it, but that ain't had nothing to do with it. You putting together two things that don't match. Come on back and let's stick to this here. So, as I was saying, if the world is so flawed, all the men are flawed, all the women are flawed, whatever, and there's nobody out there that you can deal with, how do you fix it? All right, you can say Black men can go to college. Well, we all know that college creates debt, where the average person, and I know I got a lot of college debt that I'm paying off, and I ain't gonna lie about that, but it's less than most, I'll say that. And it's actually manageable, I'll say that, for myself and where I'm at this present time of my life. Yeah, college for the most part creates debt. You got women who say they want to date a blue collar man, but a blue collar man can't own a business, can't own a bus, can't be out there being an electrician or engineers or HVAC or whatever, own a lawn company, mechanic. They can make some pretty good money, customization, detail shops. They can make some pretty good money out there. You know what I'm saying? Once they build a clientele, I mean, the person that does your nails and your hair, that would be considered blue collar. Like seriously, for all intents and purposes. But so anyway, that's just neither here nor there. But yeah, people don't want to date blue collar workers. They want them to have a college degree. Then they want you to have a certain amount of money. Well, the facts are that a certain amount of money that all these women claim they want a man to make. Only like 1% of all men make that kind of money. And what makes it worse is the inflation that's been going on recently over the last couple of years, which makes it to where your long money is becoming short money. Years ago, if you made $100,000, you can live comfortably if you were smart with your money. Now, you can make $100,000, have a degree in a profession or a skill, and still have to have a part-time job or a PRN job or something to make extra money, because you're using all your money from your regular job to pay your bills. I've seen apartments that they say they want you to make 3 times the rent, and I'm looking at these apartments like, I make 3 times. Your rent is what I make, and there's no way in hell that I would live in those apartments. Work too hard? No, don't have to. You see what I'm saying? That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to even think of that, but that's where the world is going. But again, back to my question is, how do you fix it, right? How do you fix this issue? And I'm gonna tell you. But let's go to the story of, let's do it like this. Let's go to the biblical story of Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Or even Noah and the flood. Now, a lot of us have heard these stories, been to church, preacher, mom, school, whatever. Everybody's done told this story about Sodom and Gomorrah and Noah and the ark and the flood. And hell, we've even repeated it to our kids and people and hollered, amen, and all this kind of stuff. And God knows my heart and all this, everything. But one part of that story that's missing, that people don't talk about. They just talk about that Noah destroyed everything. That God destroyed cities and then destroyed the whole world, flooded the whole world. and left just a few people alive. And a lot of people feel that for some strange reason that if these catastrophic events ever were to take place again, that the Most High would call them and say, hey, you're gonna be on the ark, or hey, I'm gonna come and have my angels come get you and take you away from this city. It's because it's about to be destroyed. But in reality, the majority of us will not be on that ark, and the majority of us will not be taken up by them cities. Let's just be honest. But one of the points I was saying, I'm getting to is, once they were taken out of the cities and taken out of the world, they had to recreate. Right? They had, it's like stick to Noah. He had to recreate the world, repopulate the world, or whatever part of the world. If you believe it's the whole world or part of the world or whatever, he had, once the wickedness was gone, separated himself. The Most High separated him and his family and these animals from the wickedness, destroyed the planet, which means that even the animals were destroyed. And they probably wasn't wicked, but hey, they ain't gonna fit, so we're just gonna take these two. And then once the waters receded and they were able to walk amongst the land again, upon the land again, they had to start over. They had to start from home. And that there, my friends, is how you fix this problem. You have to start the house. You have to start at home. But problem is, how you gonna start at home if you have nobody? Because there are no good men. Or there are no good women. So the way we can look at that in reality is, there's just a lot of people, a lot of flaws, a lot of problems. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know, your list of what you want your mate to be like is too vast. You got to bring it down to reality. The people out there, there are people out there who got issues, who like mental health issues, daddy issues, mama issues, drug issues, anger issues, whatever. There are people out there with problems. A lot of people have problems. They need to get them fixed. Like I said, people with these astronomical ideas of what a mate, somebody want to date or marry, need to bring that down. Get a video about the young lady who said the guy that she was dating or think was engaged to had everything she wanted, and she ended it because there was something missing. There was no spark. I again said that I felt that the girl was just young. She still wanted to get out there and have some excitement. This dude was probably down to earth, humble, righteous, and she just wasn't ready to. She wasn't feeling that at the time. Maybe 5-10 years from now, she'll look back and say, "Oh man, that guy was a great guy. I should have stuck with him and stuff and things." But I mean, hey, she'll figure it out. But I believe that one thing that women like Eboni K and others like her, and others like the girl we just spoke about, you need to find a righteous man. Forget the money, forget the 6 figures, because there are very few men who are making that much money. The world is getting worse. The world is getting harder. The way this government is going and the economy is going, they are going to force everyone for families to get back together. They're going to force us to live like we're so used to kids turning 18, going off to college, going out to get their own apartments, becoming grown, paying their own bills. When the fact is, the way the economy is going, they're going to make it to where kids are going to be living home a lot longer, for years. Going to have to, not because they're just lazy and sorry and don't want to do nothing with their life. I'm talking about even those who are trying to do things, trying to make something out of their life. They're going to have to move back in or stay with their parents until they can find somebody, like I say, find a mate who's doing well, making money, being righteous, being, submissive, those qualities, and then they get together and they get married, and they may even have to move instead of stay in the back room where one of that little woman and still have to They had to live in a house or in the room, in the back room, or they had to build maybe a trailer in the backyard. I don't know. But they're going to have to make it to where the family's going to have to stay together. And then once the youngins get established, then they move and have their own family. And, but anyway, the comics is making it to where families, in order for us to survive and to make it, we're going to have to live together, period. Stay at the house. So things got to change. So like I say, it's going to have to start at home. You're going to have to build. And so you got to find, the main thing is you're going to have to find somebody to deal with somebody who's righteous. You're going to have to find, like I said, a righteous man, a righteous woman. Like I said, forget about the money. Where things are circling back around you. Going to have to find somebody, two people who are on the same page and building for the future. Not just for yourself. Not just for you to say, man, I need a man to make $100,000 so he can take care of me and my kids. Taking care of your kids financially don't mean crap if that dude ain't about nothing. Because in the long run, I'm telling you, the odds of your children learning righteous ways of doing things are going to be slim to none. And then you're going to repeat some form of cycle that's going to hurt the community. Period. So, like I said, finding the right person, the righteous person, the person that loves himself, the person that loves family, the man that's ready to take care of his family, to build, ready to create a great a community worth living in, and not in these communities where the crime rate is high. Like these youngsters out here, we already know the stats. Don't have to get into it. Google them about with the single parent versus the married parent, the two parent household, men and women, not men and men, not women and women. Anyway, matter of fact, look at all the stats and look at multiple links and reputable sources and peer-reviewed articles and sources, so you can see what he's talking about. It's just going to take studying, but we're going to have to get back to that, back to the old days of man see a woman, want to marry her. That's somebody I can build a family with, raise my kids with, so get a farm, raise animals, fruits, grow fruits and vegetables. We can take care of ourselves, and everybody else, if they follow the same path, and create a world or a community that we can all live together within. Look out for each other. That's where it has to start. It has to start at home. So what you're going to have to do is remove yourself from the areas that you frequent. So the question is, where are you looking? There's no perfect men. Where are you looking for these perfect men? Are you still at the club? On ladies' night, where women get in free and drinks are $2 up until 10. I don't probably tell them my age, but hey, are you going to church? Where it's probably like for every 100 women there, probably like half a man there. Are you looking at your job? Are you looking at Walmart? Hell, when you was back at school getting all of them degrees, wasn't no brothers there at the schools getting degrees either? I mean, hell, they might have been out there trying to knock a few females down. That's terrible. But I think your possibilities were better there than it is out in these streets. Because the older we get, and the more, like I say, options we have, and the more we build ourselves in the community. Man, shoot, you hurting yourself, young lady. But anyway, you gotta get to the right places, look for the right men, and you have to humble yourself. Like I say, you're gonna have to come down off of some of them standards. Like I say, man drive a bus. That man might have to drive, probably can't own a bus. Gonna have to drive a bus. Y'all might have to get out that. You might have to get out of that $1 million house, 6 bedrooms, 5.5 baths with the pool, and come down and get your 2-3 bedroom house sitting on a 0 lot. Get your nice little Hyundai, a little Kia, ride around and live comfortably, live humbly with a great man. So y'all can have great children. So that way you can help create the people, the men and the sons and daughters that you complain that are not out there. Because the people that you're complaining about, these are the people that you are creating. Period. Because if all of y'all can't find a great man, but a lot of y'all got a bunch of baby daddies or a bunch of baby mamas, that means you are making kids by some throwed off ass people. That's your fault. You got to stop that, and your kids are going to be thrown off for the most part, most likely. So that's going to be your fault. So the cycle that you're complaining about, you are recreating on a daily basis until you say, hey, I got to stop being selfish and think about my children and my children's children and beyond. Because when the Most High told Noah to build that ark, Noah wasn't a child. Noah was married and had his own grown kids. When Abraham and Lot were told about Sodom and Gomorrah and how it's going to be destroyed by what they're doing, by the wickedness of what they were doing, they were grown and had grown children. But these cities in the world were destroyed, so that way their children can repopulate the earth and create righteous kids from their mindset, from the mindset of the Most High. That's the only way you're gonna be able to do it. So if you out here, so basically what I'm saying is that your time might be up. Your time of fun is up. You got to humble yourself and get with the program. That's if you want to continue. That's if you're still complaining about this with these little bullcorn complaints. Like I said, if you don't have because the problem is people don't want to be called out when it comes to problems. It's like you can say, let's just say, crime. Okay, let's just go to that hell. Kids, I heard shooting each other. AK-47, AR-15s. I heard, murking each other. You see videos and you're trying to figure out how can we stop this. Okay, number one, the first thing you say, oh man, the government need to get rid of these guns. Nah. Okay, they get rid of the guns, then what? All they're gonna do is find slingshots and sticks and spears to do the same thing, because the mentality is the same. The weapon is just an object of to be able to commit these crimes. You can find anything. Hell, Cain Abel, didn't he kill his brother with a rock? Come on now. You can, no matter what, you can take all the guns away. That person's mentality still is going to be there. They're just going to find another means of execution to execute. So, okay, so you get rid of guns, then what? Okay, now we got to deal with mental health. Okay, how are we going to do that? Well, we'll get programs so we can help these people who come in. We can help them to get better. Yeah, that sounds good with those who are that way now. Now, how are we going to avoid the mental health issue? Well, what we need to do is, one thing is, how about, the drugs? Got to get rid of drugs. Got a bunch of dope. We'll create programs to where if people get, become strung out, no. You got to go before that. You got to stop the drug use. Now, why are people using drugs? Well, no, their mind ain't right. They could be having problems at home. Okay. How we fix the problems at home? I don't know. Oh yeah, it may not work 100% of the time, but one, how are your parenting skills? Where are you at when your kids get home, where are you at? Well, I got to work. We got to pay these bills. Understood. Why you got bills? How many people in the house paying bills? Is you? Also, is it you, or is it you and the father, or is it you and the mother, or is it just you by yourself? Or it's just me by myself. Because why? Well, because me and the other parent ain't together. Why y'all ain't together? Well, because we couldn't get along. Why you couldn't get along? Well, he was this way or she was this way. Did you not know that before you lay down and have a kid? You see what I'm saying? It goes. You got to go deeper and deeper and deeper before you can find a solution. Okay, now that we know what the problem was, and that's already done, how can we make sure it don't happen again? Well, I ain't having no more kids. What about your own kids? They're gonna have children, right? You want them to have children. Don't you want them to be married? And yeah, But I'm teaching my daughter, you can't take this from no man, and don't do that. But that's where you starting off wrong. What should you be looking for? What are the positive things you should be looking for? And once you figure out these positive things you should be looking for, where do you look? Because there are women out there who are fixing themselves, who are like staying in shape, learning, trying to be feminine, learning household skills, motherly skills, because men, we need to have fatherly skills and men skills. Okay. There are women who are out there who are doing these things so they can, and going out into areas and going out to circles to find men that they hope are worthy of what they can bring, what they can provide for him. If you're not doing these things, if you're not thinking on this level, and all you're trying to do is fix a problem without involving yourself as part of the problem in order to help create a solution, it'll never get better. We will always have these women and these men on these YouTube channels and on these TV shows and podcasts complaining about the dudes that they're dating. I'd be amazed. It makes me raise an eyebrow when I see, let's say like some of these women be on these podcasts. I don't know, this little Arab dude and this other guy. I don't know, Myron and whatever. Fresh and Fit. Yeah, that's it. Oh, slip my mind. People like go on shows like that, and these women, they're talking about the men. And Fresh and Fit, they gonna talk about the females because whatever. Man, they got little man complex. I don't know, but these females talk about these guys, and I'm sitting here looking at these females like, but you're online Instagram showing 90% of your body every day, tooting up, being sexually explicit online, but yet you want a certain guy. You want a certain man that's gonna wife you up and take care of you, and it's like, that's not how we see you on Instagram. We don't look at you and say, I want to marry that woman. I want that woman to have my kids. I want to marry that woman. I'm going to take care of her and pay her bills. Now, you got some guys who will say, yeah, I'll pay your bills and this and the third. You know what I'm saying? As long as we clapping cakes every day. But after that, he going to get bored. He going to find something better looking and younger. And soon he's going to dismiss you because what you offering, everybody else is offering. But you offer that personality of submission. I ain't talking about submission like being walked by a leash and a dog. I'm talking about like biblical submission. Like carry yourself like a woman's supposed to be carried. And if that man, you find a man that carries himself like a man's supposed to be carried, you'd be surprised. Y'all can get together and create a beautiful community. But anyway, man, that's all I got for this one. I'm like I said before, I can rant all for hours on this here. Tell me what you think about it. But hey, one more thing. What I was gonna say is, back to, like I said, everybody gotta be on the same page. You know what I'm saying? The man gotta have a vision, trying to create that vision, no matter if you got money or don't have money. Woman gotta be on board, the family gotta be on board. And then y'all go with it, and y'all will create a profitable atmosphere. Case in point, Jerry Jones, real quick. And I said, if this guy wrote a book, I would definitely buy it and probably read it in 2 days. He told a story about how, he said when he bought the Cowboys, that when he went to like department store to try to buy his wife something, and he ran the credit card, and they took it and cut that son gun. And back in the day, if your cars were declined, you get messages like decline, keep the card, or rip the card up, shred the card, right there in the customer's face. Yeah, there were times when stores would do that because his credit was jacked up, and the wife, and he said that was so embarrassing. But now Cowboys worth for $4 or $5 billion. But he also tells a story of getting ready to buy the Cowboys and having plans to buy an NFL team. He also has to tell a story about being ready to buy the Cowboys or getting ready to buy an NFL team. And he says that he had to talk to his family and let them know, say, hey, this is the route I want to take. It's going to cost us. You know, it might put us in the hole, might put us in the poorhouse. You know, it could work, could not work. But this is the plan I have. He said that if his family was not on board, he would not have been able to do it and probably would have never done it. But his wife, his kid, because he had a daughter in college. I think one of his sons was already grown, had a daughter going to, he said Georgetown or what have you. But he said, this is what I'm going to do. You know, so this is my plan. And he said if his family wasn't on board, it would never happen. He would never own the Cowboys. He said, luckily, by the great, blessing that his wife said, okay, that's what you're going to do, so we're going to do. We're going to do it 100%, and the rest is history. Now he owns one of the most profitable teams in the world. Now, y'all might say, man, y'all ain't won a Super Bowl in 30 years. Yeah, that's fine, but this dude just bought a yacht a couple years ago that's like a football field long. And his family is set. And his son got a team that he's gonna be running when Jerry Jones died. And now his grandson, who played football out here, in high school, and I think he went to Arkansas or whatever, he gonna have a team that he got once he, done whatever. That right now they're grooming him to help run the Cowboys. So we're talking about three generations right now because of a decision that Jerry Jones made late 80s, early 90s to buy a team that wasn't worth a whole lot. Now it's the most profitable team in the world. So my point is, again, find your man with vision, whether he drives a bus or owns a bus. Go with that vision. Agree with that vision. Say, this is what we're going to do. No matter where you at. You got to make some changes. You're going to have to make some sacrifices to make this world better so that my daughters and my grandchildren, whenever they have them or what have you, or even the sons and daughters that are out there and grandkids that are out there now, when they get old enough and when they getting ready to get into relationships or get into relationship age, that there are more viable candidates for them than the ones that you claim that are not there. But anyway, tell me what you think about the story, y'all. Leave your comments below and share it with the world. And with that being said, I leave you in peace. And I'll